Okay, everyone, thank you for welcome to my web conference this evening. It's February 10th, 2022, and we'll do a little quick audio check. You should see the chat box at the bottom. We'll be using that a little bit when I'll be sharing Google Slides and things like that. Also notice your annotation tools and things like that. You got a question, Dawn? Or So yeah, let's remove any distractions and we can get started. We can really focus on the web conference and we can relax and get ready to learn. And let's do a little quick quality check. If you could raise your hand, and if you see the red record button to the upper left-hand corner, and lower your hand, and then raise your hand if you see the smiley face. I know you're seeing my slide. And then also raise your hand if you can hear me adequately. Cool, thank you. Lower your hand, can. So tonight, we're really going to focus on Chapter 5 of the textbook, which is really focused on the community of inquiry. Our learning objectives that we want to accomplish during this web conference is we want to be able to explain the community of inquiry framework, and we really want to be able to relate the interdependence between the social, cognitive, and teaching presence that makes up that framework. I want to start out with a really quick icebreaker where we can kind of get to know each other. I want to send out a poll and have you answer 3 questions, either pick of 2 objects or scenarios, which one you like better, so we can get to know each other. You should be seeing that come through. And also, I might add any virtual listeners. You don't really have to do the icebreaker because you really can't see the poll, but kind of tell. One of the questions was if you prefer the beach or the mountain. You can answer that on your summary. And also whether you prefer a cat or dog. And also if you prefer coffee or tea. So you can answer those questions and put those on your Miss Class summary. So it looks like one person preferred the beach over the mountains, 2 people preferred mountains, everyone preferred dogs, and everyone preferred coffee. So myself, I'd prefer the beach, so that kind of makes it even there. And then I'm with you guys, I prefer dogs and I prefer coffee. So kind of get to know each other a little bit there. Part of this web conference, understanding the community of inquiry framework all takes us back to the big idea of our complete program course that we're taking. We want to know if online classes can be engaging and interactive learning environments that encourage deep learning. And all of these keys fit together for that one big main idea. Community of inquiry, is where we're thinking collaboratively and is best understood in practice. Sorry. When we think of community, we think of, participants with like-minded goals, and they can connect with similar interests and goals, kind of like we just kind of illustrated with our little poll there. And we want, the community has a common purpose, interdependence, collaboration, and communication and trust with each other. When we look at inquiry, it's a collaborative approach to problem resolution, and we take existing knowledge and experience, and it's subject to questioning, interpretation, and transformation. and we combine those to make the community of inquiry. The community of inquiry framework it represents the collaborative approach to inquiry that fuses personal reflection and discourse. Um, there are interdependent elements that make up that inquiry framework, which we'll discuss. Those three elements are social presence, cognitive presence, and teaching presence. So now we're going to do a little quick activity from what I just kind of discussed really quick. Go ahead and go to your annotation tools at the top and use the pencil tool and cross off the presence that's not part of the framework, the community of inquiry framework. Cool, thank you. Yep, you guys got it right. Multimedia presence is not an element, but teaching presence, social presence, and cognitive presence is. So here this is kind of an illustration that came from the textbook, kind of showing, the map for thinking and learning collaboratively. It's, shows operational elements and their intersections that help obtain deep and deep and meaningful collaborative learning, throughout the whole educational experience. The first one we really want to discuss is the social presence. Social presence is pretty much, building the community of the class, thinking of how you can get students to work together, how you can get students to engage with each other and really work at a community to fix, or to solve a problem or work on a project. And then we go to the cognitive presence. This is the foundation of the course. Here we have the foundation of the course. This is the learning objective. This could be assessment and activities you're assigning. Overall, like I said, it's the content of the course. And when it comes to assessment, you really want to have frequent, low-stake assessment so you know you're getting deep and meaningful learning from your students. And again, that's this part of the map, the cognitive presence. And finally, we have the teaching presence. This could be, pretty much you as the instructor. This is, how are you involved with the class? How you show up during, face-to-face classes. For online classes, you communicate, how you can be reached. You keep all the other students engaged while you're teaching the course, and really show that you're open for feedback. You're available for feedback for your students as you go through the course. And again, that's the teaching presence here, as part of the overall map. Let's do a really quick assessment. And let's use the annotation tools and take the square shape under the draw feature and draw a square around the element that would be included in, that would be the content of the educational experience. Yeah, great. The cognitive presence for sure. Now let's use, clear that all. Now let's use the stamp tool and place a stamp on the element that would be, how the class interacts with each other, how they work in groups. Yeah, good job. That's the social presence. And any virtual listeners, you can go ahead and answer some of these or reflect on your this class summary. And then finally, take the pen tool and draw a circle around the element that would, include the instructor and how you're present and available during class or after. Yeah, that's right, the teaching presence. Now we're going to go into a case study. I'm going to break you out in the breakout room. I need to get you a Google slide. 1 second. Okay, that should be the link to the Google Slides. So let's kind of go over the instructions of what we want to do. So in this case study, we're going to break up in groups. We're going to, you will work with your group members and help resolve a case study on the Google slide that I just provided the link. You'll have 3 minutes to discuss and record your recommendations in the breakout rooms. We will be sharing our recommendations when we return to the main room. I'll just probably have each one of you share like one recommendation you would have. And any virtual learners, please record your recommendations in your missed class summary. And there is also a Google slide on the link that's now in the chat that states it's for virtual learners. In this case study, you are an instructor of a new online course that has just wrapped up for the semester. You know that you will be teaching the class again next semester, and most of the class reviews you have received are stating that you were not accessible during and after class as much as they would have liked. What are a few things that you could do to increase the teaching presence in the course next semester? Yeah, Tom, you have a question?
Yeah, can you change the permissions to edit?
Oh,
I think
sure.
now it's just you. Thanks.
Okay, thank you for telling me that. I was thinking I forgot something.
You might have to give us the link again. I'm not sure.
Can you try it right now?
It's good. If we refresh it, it works. So
you're good? Okay, cool.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you for
Yes,
telling me that,
refresh.
Dawn. I knew I forgot something. Okay. So yeah, let me get back. So yeah, I'm going to break you out in breakout rooms. You have the instructions also on the slide, and you have 3 minutes to work on this, and then we'll see you back after I do the breakout. Okay, see you in 3 minutes. And again, any virtual listeners, please do a case study on your missed class summary, so I know that you did it. Okay, cool. Welcome back. So if each one of you could share a recommendation you had for our teacher here in the case study to help increase their teaching presence in the class. Dusty, am I going first?
Yeah, sure. So I'll collaboratively, I guess. So Dave was talking about adding discussion boards for students to interact with teachers and each other, and then just explicitly teachers responding directly to students in the discussion boards. It doesn't always have to be like this is correct or incorrect, but but engaging with the students in that discussion as a discussion.
Yeah, cool. I like that idea. Dawn, do you have one?
Yeah, I just said that I'd like the teacher to give specific feedback for any assignments in a timely fashion, not just like it's right or wrong, but like really specific, like I could tell that they thought about it. And it's like several words or like sentences. Like they're communicating with me.
Cool. Yeah, cool. Dave, do you have one?
Online office hours, even though they don't really take advantage of those.
Yeah, I like that. Cool. Well, thank you. You guys all have demonstrated you understand and you know how to increase teaching presence, which is part of the community of inquiry framework, for sure. And again, so we'll kind of recap. So now, after we have had our discussions and went through the content, we were able to meet our learning objectives. We're able to explain the community of inquiry framework, and we're able to relate the interdependence between social, cognitive, and teaching presence, and especially, the teaching presence, which is important. It kind of links everything together for sure. And again, this goes to the big idea of the whole course. How can we make online classes be engaging and interactive learning environments that encourage deep learning, which is the end goal that we want to achieve. I did do a quick quiz that you guys can do on your own after the course. Virtual listeners, please go ahead and do the quiz. By the time after you turn in your missed class summary, and then also turn in your quiz. And again, thank you for taking part in my web conference this evening. I hope you got out of it what our learning objectives were. So thank you and have a good evening.